All right, here we go. We're in our main topic discussion. And in this week's main topic discussion, Marvel Studios has recently made major moves by putting the Avengers Doomsday tickets on sale and releasing the trailer on the same day. The film arrives on December 18th, later this year. And the trailer has everyone talking about the state of the Avengers and the threat of Victor Von Doom as played by Robert Downey Jr. And I know a lot of fans are questioning, especially like those who are casuals and don't really follow like the Avengers quite on this level. They know Robert Downey Jr. as being Iron Man throughout the series, but now he's coming back as Doctor Doom, who is now replacing, I guess not replacing, but is seen as the big threat to the Avengers, similar to in a manner of, as Thanos once
Kind of,
was.
yeah.
And I mean, there's a lot of questions, man. The trailer dropped. I enjoyed it. I think I said in the discussion that I had after viewing the trailer was that I saw it as being more of a teaser, more so than a trailer, because it only gave you a glimpse of kind of, where we are. Because at the end of Endgame, the Avengers were kind of spread out everywhere. Captain America retired and found a happy life with Peggy Carter, and of course, we know what happened to Tony.
Yeah.
He gave his life so that he could bring everyone back. And after Thanos had basically killed half of all humanity.
Mm-hmm.
But did you guys get an opportunity to see the trailer? And if so, what were your thoughts on it? I know we haven't had a chance to talk one-on-one about it, but what did you guys think about the trailer?
Cruz, you want to go first?
JT, kill it.
Well, I mean, man, actually, when I watched it, to me, I felt the same way like you did, Bruce, as a teaser more than a trailer, because it showed us, who we can expect to see. It gives you a little glimpse at, um, the emotion behind, some of the characters and certain scenes in the movie. So I'm excited. I'm definitely excited about it. I'm ready to go see it. Now, one of my favorite parts in there was when Thor and Captain America came together, and Captain Thor couldn't believe that it was Captain America, and he held out his hammer for him or whatever, and the hammer went into his hands. That was amazing. To see the X-Men, that there is going to be great as well, because I'm a huge X-Men fan too. So I mean, I'm ready for it, man. It gives you a lot to be, I guess, to anticipate with this film when it gets ready to come out in December. Makes you want to go on already to buy those tickets if you haven't already.
Yeah.
And with
Yeah.
that being said, dropping the trailer and ticket sales on the same day, that's right there is them trying to say that, might as well go and get your tickets now, because this is going to be the biggest film of the year. That's what,
Oh yeah,
it's
and they're already talking about this potentially becoming the highest grossing film of all time.
all times. Yeah.
Which is saying a lot, because I think Avatar made almost 3 billion.
2 billion. Yeah.
No, it made almost 3 billion at the box office.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Because I think it's Avatar. It's either Endgame or Titanic. Is one, like I forget exactly the order,
still
but
in the mix. Yeah.
it's a couple of James Cameron films in there, and then there's Avengers films. So it's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
Almost 3 billion at the box office. But you talked about Steve Rogers earlier, man. Yeah, there is a really great shot where Steve Rogers shows up at the end, and Thor's kind of hesitant, and then he grabs he holds the hammer out, and he is able to wield the hammer, because only those who are worthy are able to wield the hammer and get the and those who are able to possess the hammer, they get the power of Thor.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of speculation as to whether that's even Steve Rogers or not. A lot of people have been saying it could be a variation of Steve Rogers, maybe
Man,
even like
that'd be
Hydra
crazy.
Cap or something
That
like that.
could
But,
be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, the state of the Avengers is like the real big question from what I've seen in the trailers, because like a lot of people have been saying that based on this threat of doom. And they like in this trailer alone, they kind of showcased how powerful he is, because there was a scene in the trailer where Thor with Stormbreaker with all his might swung it towards him, and he went for the head, which is the one thing that Thanos told him, like, always, you should have went for the head. And that's what he did. And Dr. Doom stops him with just 2 fingers. He put 2 fingers up and stopped him. Like, crazy, right? Showcasing his full power. And Thor is like, this is the first time you see like fear in him. And he's talking to like his team made up of the Thunderbolts, who are like now known as the New Avengers, the Fantastic Four who show up in this film. And then you have the Wakandans with Shuri and M'Baku, and then Namor is with them. And so he's talking to them. And man, like when you compare this particular team to the previous iterations of the Avengers, man, it's kind of like there's no Hulk, there's no Wanda, there's no Doctor Strange, like none of and you're going to get someone who can stop Thor like this. I mean, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough. Now, one person that was missing that I didn't see in the trailer was a character called the Sentry, who showed up in Thunderbolts, who was supposed to be on par with a character like Thor or the Hulk in terms of strength and power levels and all that kind of stuff. I didn't see him in this particular trailer. But we did get a chance, like Johnny said, to see the X-Men. We see Magneto and Professor X. Man, it's crazy. We got a chance to see Cyclops and then the classic X-Men uniform, which was really cool to see. Because I'm a huge X-Men fan like you too, Johnny, man, and that was cool to see. It almost looked like their world was coming to an end, though.
Yeah, it looks like it
from what I saw in the trailers. And then we didn't see them in that scene with the group where Thor's talking to them about like teaming with like more powerful teammates and battling all these different things and never going against someone quite like this. But they weren't seen in that particular scene, and like I've not seen them outside of just being together. So that makes me wonder kind of like where they're going.
Just even the scene that you seen with Professor X and Magneto, just them two embracing each other kind of seemed like they're coming to an end of something. So man.
Or a beginning of something. I mean, and that's the way, I mean, you could say that, they make me look like they have an emotional moment, but when you ever seen them two actually embrace, unless it's something that they finally know that if we don't come together, the world gonna end. This is gonna be over. So for them to put their brains together, I think that's something big. And I think if you look at it, I mean, it's definitely Doomsday, of course, but you could see, they might be missing some pieces and missing some huge pieces, like you said, compared to the original Avengers. But I think I'm really interested in what the storyline is going to be in this. I'm really interested in how, emotional. I mean, coming off an Endgame, how can you top that, right? How can you top that? And so I'm just really curious what's the new chapter. And I feel like that's why I said maybe it's just the beginning. You see them two connecting the way, that's probably one of the most powerful shots you can mention, Johnny, out of all the things you see. Emotionally, them two connecting must be something big is about to happen. And like you said,
that's why I like you, Cruz. That's why I like you, Cruz, because no matter what somebody else may see, you see something totally different. And that's a great point. It could be the end or it could be the beginning of something that's going to really help them beat Dr. Doom. We don't know yet. So like you say, seeing that storyline and how it unfolds, that's going to be great too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I you know what? I completely agree. We've seen Professor X die like 500 million times throughout all these films.
You see what I'm saying?
And I mean, it looks like he's about to bite the dust again, man. I'm starting to feel sorry for him, man. Patrick Stewart coming back just to die again. Like, man, like how many times they gonna kill this man? It's crazy. But I do think they're gonna do like a reset of the universe and bring in like a younger cast for the X-Men moving forward. I just don't see them continuing on with the Fox version of the X-Men like we got.
No.
And one thing you mentioned, Cruz, is like it just hasn't been like after Endgame, it's like where do you go from here? And Marvel has definitely struggled since Endgame, because Thanos was like the end all be all. I mean, he was like the ultimate, villain, man.
Yeah,
And like, where
he
do you
was
go
not
from
playing,
that?
brother.
And they tried to do Kang the Conqueror, and I think Jonathan Majors is an amazing actor, and I don't fault him, despite his situation and everything that happened. I don't necessarily fault him for them moving on, because like I think they needed to move on from that character just based on how they treated and wrote the character, because they didn't
Yes.
do Kang the Conqueror any justice. They when they introduced him in a TV show, which was Loki. They killed him in that, and then they bring him back, or a variation of him in Ant-Man, and he's killed in that, and we're supposed to take this guy as a bigger threat than Thanos. Nah,
Totally agree.
Yeah.
nah, not at all. And so
Totally
like
agree.
I think going a different route, and bringing in a villain that is known throughout comics like Doctor Doom, I think that was the right direction to go. Now, there's been a lot of controversy, because a lot of fans were like, they didn't necessarily want Robert Downey Jr. in the role, and they're questioning why Robert Downey Jr. when he played Iron Man in the previous films. And I know that's one of the things you talked about as well, Cruz.
Yep. Yeah. And I think just topping the last two, like you said about the Iron Man and Kane the Conqueror, do not be surprised that he's not in this one coming up too. Because there was rumors, and I did see rumors, even Jonathan Majors even hinted that he's had a conversation with Marvel. So don't be surprised he doesn't pop back in here. Maybe some way, somehow, is helping out them some kind of way. We never know how to, the power of the pen is everything, right? And so you got to look at it in that way, and maybe he's friendly with them, and then turns to be the guy that takes off email. You never know, and so we'll see. But then on top of that, like you said, why Robert Downey? I mean, because he's Robert Downey. I mean, Robert Downey earned that spot, and I think that's why he wanted to take the little chance. Obviously, when he died, I think even look at, we can do research on his contract. Maybe he still had more years left, and he was like, "Why can I not take this chance?" And I think he can bring another storyline, another way, and to attack that character that we probably never think of, right? So yeah, I think people need to, if
He's
people are
gonna
in the
kill it.
comments kind of nervous about it, I think we need to relax. I think if you see what he did with Iron Man, if you see what things he's done before, I think it's in good hands.
Oh yeah,
So
he'll be just
Now,
fine. And then like he gave us a little sample of the voice that we'll get from Doom in the trailer, and it doesn't
It
even
is.
sound like Robert Downey Jr. So
No.
he's gonna do just fine. One thing about that this film does is gonna lead into Avengers Secret Wars, which is where the Avengers, like in the comics, they went to Battle World, and then like all the multiverse converged into this one. Like it basically came into the one universe. So I think that's kind of where they're leading, and I think it'll be like a kind of soft reboot of everything that they've done so far. So we may get a variation of T'Challa, a new T'Challa. We may get variations of all these different characters, such as the X-Men, and that's where we get our younger version of the X-Men from, or
Totally.
Wolverine, and all these different characters. So I mean, as of right now, we don't know. We won't know until December 18th. When the film is released. And I mean, before that, we have Spider-Man coming up in a couple of weeks, or I think within a week. Spider-Man is getting ready to come out, so I'm sure there may be hints of what's going on there.
Of
But
course.
one thing that we don't see right now, we don't see a Hulk, we don't see Spider-Man. There's a lot of characters that are missing from this particular film that we that have not been announced to be in the film. And I mean, it looks like a struggle for this particular team of the Avengers, man.
Yeah, the struggle is real. The struggle is definitely
real.
Man, I saw something somewhere where after Thor took a look at the new Avengers lineup, they had the Denzel from Flight, where he was sitting on the stand, and he said, "God help me."
I'm sorry, Mr. Whitaker, I couldn't hear you. What did you say?
I said, God help me.
And I was like, yeah. I mean, you're going against somebody that just stopped you with 2 fingers, man. Hey,
That's right.
yeah. Hey, God help indeed, man. It's like we're all cooked if that's the case, man. If this is the team, but we don't know. we won't know until December the 18th, man. But I am truly excited about this film. Like
Yes,
I think I
sir.
stated that this is one of my most anticipated films for the rest of the year.
Okay.
Going forward, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait till December the 18th. And I'm looking forward to seeing what Marvel has in store, man. Because like I said, they've had a lot of hit and misses since Endgame. It's been mostly misses. They've done a couple of TV shows that have been pretty good, a few movies, but for the most, it's been a bunch of misses, man. And
Oh yeah.
so they really need they really need this, man. I feel but I think if Spider-Man does well, and it looks like it's gonna do
It
well.
definitely be
I
good.
think the Avengers is gonna go on and it's gonna do some big time numbers, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's the
Same
year
here,
of
bro.
the Marvel for sure.
Yes, sir. But what do you guys think? Are you guys excited about Avengers Doomsday? Leave us your thoughts. Share your comments with us and let us know what you guys think.